Here's what they want you to know. Here's what they want the world to know. They recognize that the world, the friends, folks out in the community care very deeply for Scott and his condition. They recognize that there are folks out there who are of strong opinion and have strong viewpoints on what happened between Occupy Oakland and the police. It is their hope, though, that those opinions are not played out here on the campus of Highland Hospital.
Friends and supporters have arrived, including this young lady who was trying to bring him his military hat. She was one of those who helped him on Tuesday night. Others brought flowers, but they were not allowed in to see him. Now, we're told that Mayor Jean Quan did come by this afternoon and that she told Scott Olson, "I'm sorry for what happened to you." And they said that he shook her hand. Now, the police department has said this is their highest priority in terms of investigation. And as you may know, there is a vigil tonight at 7 o'clock at Frank Ogawa Plaza. Live at Highland Hospital, where Scott Olson continues to improve. Carolyn Tyler, ABC 7 News.
All right, thank you, Carol. Now, when Scott collapsed on the street, a group of demonstrators moved in quickly to help him. But what transpired after that is now under scrutiny by both police and protesters. ABC 7's Leanne Melendez now on the tactics police follow in situations like this.
Oakland's interim police chief has acknowledged officers fired several beanbag rounds at protesters. Chief Howard Jordan said they were used against those who were throwing dangerous objects at the officers.
Tonight, those were the CS canister gas that were being deployed. Those are fired from a 37-millimeter firearm, and it makes that sound. So there was no flash grenades that were used. There were no rubber bullets used this evening either.
But protesters insist flashbang grenades were tossed at them by Oakland PD when a group of people came to help Scott Olson, who was already injured and on the ground. Police and Alameda County Sheriff deputies were behind two barricades. Take a look at the officer highlighted. He steps back, then someone throws an unidentified object at the crowd. And then the officer in question tosses some kind of canister. It explodes right where the crowd is gathered near Olson.
I don't see the protesters doing anything aggressive at all.
Barbara Attard worked as the San Jose Independent Police Auditor, and before that was the director of the Berkeley Police Review Commission. We asked her if she sees anything wrong with the way police acted.
It appears to be some kind of an attempt to disperse that group of people, but I heard no orders being given. Typically, before some kind of a weapon is used, they would give orders for people to disperse and to leave.
A flashbang grenade is considered a Class 3 destructive device. Attard says if weapons were used inappropriately, that would trigger an internal investigation. Chief Jordan says his department is still assessing Tuesday night's incident.
That's Leanne Melendez reporting. Now, Amnesty International is calling on Oakland police to show restraint. The human rights group issued a statement today criticizing the use of tear gas Tuesday night. They say the case of injured protester Scott Olson, as well as others who were arrested and forcibly removed from their camps in both Oakland and San Francisco, is something to watch closely. In Washington, the White House says President Obama understands the protesters' frustration, but stresses the need to uphold the law.
You know, we obviously believe and insist that everyone behave in a lawful manner, even as they're expressing justifiably their frustrations.
Spokesman Jay Carney says he has not specifically discussed the Oakland protests with the president, only the protests in general.
In San Francisco, police are explaining why they haven't shut down the Occupy SF encampment. Protesters are still camped out at Justin Herman Plaza despite plans for a raid last night. The SFPD says they were ready to go in, but they did not because they didn't want another situation like what happened in Oakland earlier this week.
It looked like from the videos that we saw on the news accounts that there were some very angry people as to what occurred in Oakland, and we're trying to prevent that over here in San Francisco.
If we believe that we could go in there and support the agencies that will be doing the cleanup without having to go past a measured response, we would do that.
The mayor and the chief say the protesters are violating city codes by keeping the tents up, and there are still health concerns at that camp. They hope the occupiers will voluntarily clean up the site.